scalar expression. How do I do that? You can ask me an important question. If you just remember these 3 points, writing the query for any question will be very simple for all of you. How can I make my query more efficient and more specific? This is a basic knowledge that you should have when it comes to logic gates. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to the second session on SQL Revision Tour 2. What is that I have discussed in the SQL Revision Tour 1? Guys, I'll just give you a small recap for all of you. What is that? How do I create the table is what I have discussed. So what is the syntax to create the table? And also I have discussed how do I insert the data to the created table is also I have discussed with the help of insert query. I know how do I create it. I know how do I insert the data, and also we have discussed some of the queries which is related to select. How do I select the data from the table? So this is what I have discussed in the last session. So let me take you to the next concepts. So guys, what is that I have in the first slide? Yes, before I explain this query to all of you, let me just write a beautiful diagram. Okay, what is this? So not diagram, this is a table. So yes, so lines are very straight. Exactly. Imagine this is a beautiful table that I'm writing for all of you. So what is the name of the table? Student. The name of the table is student. Imagine I have the field's name, that is column name. So here I have yes ID, yes name is what I'm writing now, and I have marks, right? So imagine I have result here. Okay, so this is the column name. Fine. So what is that I have stored? I have stored all the values here. Okay, just imagine I have stored all the values. Now I want all of you to listen to me carefully. This is the important thing. I have entered the marks. So for example, for the first student, whatever he has scored, so I have entered it. But I had promised all of them that if they are writing or if they are attending my test, I will give you extra 10 marks. I'll give you extra 10 marks. Then how do I do that here? Should I keep on adding the marks to each and every student? I have 1,000 students. How do I solve this problem? So in such case, I can directly do that. So with the help of expression, that is what I'll call it as a scalar expression. How do I do that? So look at this query, what I have. Guys, I have select. I have select. So I'm using select query. So then after that, what is that I'm trying to select? Observe here, salesman's name. Salesman's name. I'm trying to retrieve this column from the table. This example is different. This example is different. Don't get confused. So here in this query, I'm trying to retrieve the column name, that is salesman name. Okay. Then after that, so what is that I'm trying to do? I'm giving the comma because I need to retrieve one more column. That's why I'm using comma operator. So what is the next column name? I have commission. I have commission. COMM is the name of the column that I have in this salesman table, right? So what is this star 100 you have given, sir? So guys, please understand whatever the value that I have already inside my table in the column called commission. So I'm multiplying into 100. I'm multiplying it into 100. That is what you have to understand. So please understand. Suppose in this example, if I want to add 10 marks for this, how do I do that? So I will leave it to you. You can ask me an important question. If you are listening to me carefully, you will get 2 doubts. If you have understood the concepts very clearly, you will get 1 doubt here. Number 1, sir, if I do this operation, will it affect the value whatever I have inside the table, or whether it will just display in the output? That is what you have to understand. Think and answer in the comment box. So I will repeat my question to all of you. If I perform this operation, observe what is the query that I am using here. If I perform this operation, will it affect the data what I have inside the table, or it will just reflect it in my output? That is what you have to tell me. Suppose in case it will just reflect only in the output, sir. It will not reflect inside the table data. If that is your answer, please comment and tell me. So what is the query that I have to use to update these values? I'm giving you the clue for all of you. So hope you have understood the purpose of this example. So guys, this is what you have to remember in this slide. I made it very simple is what I feel. So let's go to the next one. I have multiple names. In the same way, guys, I will be discussing some of the concept called alias. What is that? Guys, I have a keyword called as. I have a keyword called as. What is that as? Why do I use this keyword as here in this concept of queries? Please listen to me carefully. I have select query here. So I have given the column name. I have given the column name. I am trying to rename this column name in the output as what? So that is what I have to write here. I wanted to rename. Let's imagine I have the column name as name the table, but I wanted to rename it as student name. I wanted to rename it as what? Student name. So guys, this is the use of as. This is the use of as. I'm just trying to rename the column name as student name. So if at all, if you want to rename the column names, or if you want to rename anything in the SQL, you will be using this beautiful operator, that is as. Keep a smile on your face. That is the energy for me. Yes. Moving on to the next example, next query that I have. Please observe. So selecting the specific rows with the help of where clause. In the previous class, I have discussed some of the three important things whenever you are writing the select query. What is that, sir? Yes. The first thing that you should remember is select. What is that? If you are writing the select query, the first thing that you should remember is select. The second thing that you should remember is from. And the third one that you should remember is where. What is that? Point number 1, select. Point number 2, from. Point number 3, where. If you just remember these 3 points, writing the query for any question will be very, very simple for all of you. Please understand this logic. What is that? Select in the sense, what do you want to select? I want to select some particular columns. Fine. That is what you will write here. Obviously, you will just mention the name of the columns that you wanted to select. So that is what you have to remember. So what are the next thing that I have to think about? So I know what are the columns that I want to select. From where should I select? So that is what you have to remember. From in the sense, please understand from which table you have to select. You have to mention the name of the table here. The name of the table here. So you know you have selected the columns and you know you have selected the table. But I don't want everything. I want the specific row. My table has got thousands of rows. I don't want to dump all the 1000 rows into my memory space. I want my particular row to be retrieved. I want a specific row to be retrieved. How do I do that? How can I make my query more efficient and more specific? So here I have a solution for all of you. So that is where clause. Why do I use this where clause? Always this where clause will help you to give your condition. With the help of this condition, you can select the specific row. You can select the specific row. Always remember where clause in the select query will help you to select the specific row with the help of the condition, whatever you have given. So that is what you have to understand with respect to the where clause. Coming back to the example. So what is that I'm trying to write here? Select query, select is a keyword, yes, right? So what is the star? So star in the sense, remember here I'm specifying star. Star in the sense what? Whatever the columns that I have in the entire table, the complete thing is what I will select. So fine. From where? From where? So whatever I have given after the from keyword, so you have to imagine this is a table name. This is the table name that I have given. So fine. So you know that I have given EMP as a table name. Then what is the next condition that I have? Should I select everything? No. So please understand, the name of the column is sex is equal to M. Okay, so wherever you have the gender, that is sex, as M, that is male, so only that particular rows will be retrieved. Only that particular rows will be retrieved. So that is what you have to understand here. This is how this where clause will work. I'll come up with some of the examples, like I can also use the relational operators, I can also use the logical operators. I have some special operators like between. All those things are there. I'll be discussing that in the coming slides. Moving on. Yes, I have the relational operators. Guys, as I told you in the previous slide, I have the relational operator. How do I use this relational operator? I can also write like this. City is equal to, I can also give city is equal to Delhi. So guys, what is the query that I have? So select star from suppliers. Select star from suppliers. Please understand, I have to give select. So let us start writing the query in our format. So what is that I told you? What is the first thing that you should write? Select, right? So you will write select. Fine. What is that you will write? What is that you want to select? So I want to select the column name. So how many columns you want to select? I want to select all the columns. So what is that you will do? All the columns, in the sense you will write star. That is what we have discussed in the previous slide. Is it? Previous session. So fine. After that, what is that you will write? From where should I select? So let's understand, I have to select from what is the table name here? Suppliers. Okay, I have suppliers, right? After that, what is that I have to give? Where condition. So listen here carefully. I've given you a task. So guys, please observe here. I have used comma here. I've used comma here. Is it mandatory that I should use the comma there? No, that is the reason I have written there. So guys, that is what you have to observe. You will make the mistakes like this. So please be very careful. So you will come across with minute mistakes like this. You're not supposed to do the mistakes like this. If you are making such simple mistakes, so you will end up with debugging the queries. So please avoid all such mistakes when you are typing the queries. So now, how do I use this relational operator now, sir? Yes, coming back to the point. So what is the column name? City. So find city is equal to. So let's take Delhi, right? Then after that, semicolon. So why are you giving this within the quotes? Because it is a string. So guys, this is how my relational operators are working. My relational operators are working. So I will select all the columns. I'll select all the rows. But I have one condition, that is city is equal to Delhi. So only in that particular situation, my records will be retrieved. All other records are ignored if the city is not Delhi. So that is what you have to understand. This is how I will be implementing the relational operators. I can also try one more thing. So let's imagine I have something else than city. Okay, let me just show you one more example with this. Right? Imagine I have age is greater than 10. I can also try something like this. Less than 10. Greater than or equal to 10. So all these things, all of you are aware about the relational operators. So I can implement all these things in my where clause. So moving on to the next one. Yes, I have already discussed that we have something called logical operator. What is this logical operator? We have already discussed, right? And or not, all these things. And let's just recollect that again before going to this query. Okay, what is this and, what is this or, what is this not, right? And in the sense, if both the conditions are true, then only it is true. So I'll just write false as 0, true as 1. Okay, so 1 1. So both the conditions are true, so then the result will be true. If any one of the condition is false, then my result will be false. That is what you have to understand. But when it comes to R, any one condition it can be true, so my result will be true. So I will just write a truth table for all of you now. So A, B, I will assume A and B as a input and R as a result. Okay, so this is the truth table that I am trying to write for AND, to just give you an idea about the AND gate. Okay, how exactly the AND is working. So fine. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So please understand. So my input is 0 here and 0 here. Both the inputs are 0. That is false. Both are false. What will be my result? It should be false. So here, one input is false, another input is true. So please understand. What will be my result? So it should be false because one is already false. Please understand. Any one input is 0. Your result will be 0. So guys, here I have one input as 0. So obviously it should be 0. Both the inputs are 1. So then it is 1. This is how AND is working. So when it comes to R, okay, so I will just take it as R1. Okay, so in R1, any one input is true, then my result is true. So please observe here. So here both the inputs are false. So my result will be false. So here at least one is true. So I will make it as true. Here at least one is true. I'll make it as true. Here both are true. Then it is true. So this is how R is working. Guys, this is a basic knowledge that you should have when it comes to logic gates. Right? Hope all of you remember that. So guys, complement, that is not. Suppose if I have 0, I will take it as 1. My output is, if my input is 0, my output is 1. If my input is 1, my output is 0. This is how this NOT is working. So hope you have the clear knowledge with respect to AND, OR and NOT. So guys, come back to the query. So I have select statement with the select keyword, and I'm writing star, which will help me to select all the columns what I have inside the table. So what is the table name? So the table name is pet. So fine. What is the condition that I have given? So here, look, observe. Species is equal to cat. Right? Again, I have used OR symbol. Species is equal to dog. What is that I have given? I have given OR. Any one of the conditions should be true. Any one of the conditions should be true. Again, I have used AND symbol. Again, I have used AND symbol. So here, from this, any one condition should be true. So imagine, let us imagine this is true. One condition is true. Then after that, so here this X is M. So here also it is true. So if I perform true into true, the result should be true. Then only the record will be retrieved. Otherwise, from any one of this condition, if it gives you 0, that is false, that record will not be retrieved. So this is how we make the query complex. I just take this example for all of you to explain the concept, how exactly we use the logical operators. So please try out some of the different queries with the logical operators. You will have a beautiful knowledge with respect to this. So hope you understood this. So thinking that, moving on to the next one. So guys, I have the one more keyword, that is between. So please observe here. What is that I have here? So same, I don't have to explain all these things, right? Yes. So I have select query. I'm just trying to select the employee number from the employee table. So guys, observe in the where clause, what is that I have given? So salary is a column name. Salary is a column name. I'm trying to use a keyword between. Salary should be between. This is 90,000 and 1 lakh. Please understand, I'm using a keyword that is between. I'm using a keyword that is between. You can also use this keyword to find the values, or you can also use this keyword to give the range of values. So that's what you have to remember. Moving on to the next one. So this is very beautiful topic. Yes, guys, I have a keyword called like. What is that I have? I have a keyword called like. So please remember this. I'll not be discussing again and again because you'll get bored. Same thing is there. So let me not. This is the default that I have. So just understand that. Let me come to the interesting topic. No. Very quickly. So fine, I have a keyword called like. What is that like is doing? So what is that you have given, sir? Within double quotes, you have given F ampersand. You have given F ampersand. What is this, sir? Can you explain that very clearly? Yes, I will explain. Please listen to me carefully. I want to retrieve the name which starts with F. Which starts with F. After F, let it be anything. I don't want to check. For example, I want Fahrenheit, or I want any name, Farrakhan, any name from F. Dirty minds, please come back. I just wanted to retrieve the names which starts with F, right? So fine, how do I do that? So for that, what is that I'm doing is, like keyword I have to use within quotes F percentage. What exactly this is doing, sir? So listen to me carefully. If I write F percentage, okay, first character should be F. It will compare, it should have first character should be F, then after that let it be anything. It can be anything. That is what the meaning. Suppose I want the second character to be F, the rest everything, it can be anything. So how do I do that? Understand my question. My second character should be F. My second character should be F, rest everything, it can be anything. How do I do that? Come on guys. So for that I have underscore. For that I have underscore. Why do I use this underscore? In the sense it indicates one character. So after this first character, so I will write F. My second character should be F. Then after that I can just write percentage. Percentage in the sense after F, after the second character, it can be anything. That is what I have to give within the quotes. So this is how your patterns are working in the SQL query. This is quite interesting. So please try out with some different samples, so which will give you a thrill for all of you. So moving on to the next one. So guys, is null is one of the keyword that you have to remember. So what is this is null? So guys, is null in the sense empty. Okay, suppose if your value is null, so then you can directly you can mention as is null. Is null will be treated as a null value. So guys, select employee number, employee name from EMP where department number is null. Where department number is null. So you can also use this keyword. You can also use this keyword directly in the where condition, is what I'm just trying to explain all of you. This keyword will work exactly like a value. So that's what you have to remember. Moving on, what is the next we have? We have order by. So guys, what is this order by? If I want to retrieve any data in a specific order, it can be ascending or it can be descending. Then how do I specify? So with the help of this order by class, I can retrieve the data whether if I want it in ascending or in the descending. So let's just check what is the syntax for this. Yes guys, as I told you, the first thing that you have to use is select clause, and then the second one that is from, third one is where you can give your own condition whatever you want. The fourth one is very important. Please observe, you have to give the keyword that is order by. So fine, I have given the keyword order by. What is next? What is the next thing that I have to do? So you have to specify which column you wanted to order, which column you wanted to sort. So that's what the column name that you have to specify. After that you can specify ascending or descending. So that is what you have to give to retrieve the data in the sorted order, whether you want it in ascending or in the descending. That's what you have to understand here with respect to order by class. Let's start with the next one, that is aggregate functions. We have some of the important aggregate functions. So let me start with the first one, that is AVG. What is this AVG, sir? AVG in the sense it's an average. How exactly this function is working? Let's have a check. As I told you, function. AVG is a function. So you should remember, I should write like this: AVG followed by open parenthesis and close parenthesis. So fine. How do I use this? How exactly this is working? Please understand here. I will give select. So I'll give select. So here I will write AVG within the parenthesis. I will give sal. Within the parenthesis, I'll give sal. What is this sal? Sal is the name of the column. Sal is the name of the column. So I'm passing that as a parameter for this particular function. So what will happen? So it will calculate the average salary that I'm paying. It will calculate the average salary that I'm paying. The entire column, the salary column, whatever I had. So I will just take it and I will calculate the average out of it. So that is what this average function is doing. That is what this average function is doing. So guys, so this is how the average function is performing. So let's take a look. So please observe here. So what is the next function that I have? I have count. Please observe. So in the previous example, I have given the column name as sal. So what is this? Average. So I'm just renaming this result column as average. Fine. So please remember only this. So what is that I'm doing here? What is the name of the function? The name of the function is avg. For this function, I'm passing sal, the entire column. So please observe here, I have count. Count is another function that I have, that is also aggregate function. So I'm passing star. I'm passing star. Star in the sense the complete table. The complete table. So guys, what exactly this count will give me? What exactly this count will give me? The number of total rows that I have in the entire table is what I will get from this count. So please observe the number of rows. The number of rows is what I will get from this count function. So that is what you have to understand. So always this count function will give me the number of rows, the total number of rows in the entire table. I have given star here. That's why it depends on the condition what you are passing inside this as a parameter. That is what you have to think. So same way, I'm just using total as a rename for that particular result. So moving on to the next function. So guys, you can only guess what exactly that I will get. So I have the salary column. So I'm passing the entire salary column inside this max function. So this max function will give me the maximum value in that column that I have. So that's what the result that you will get in this query. What is the next one that I have? I have min. So whatever the column that I'm passing here. So guys, in the entire column, it will search for the minimum value and it will give you the minimum value from that particular column is what you have to remember. So it's very simple, easy to remember. Please observe, I have sum, the last function. What is that I have? Sum. I'm passing the entire column, that is SEL, into the function that is sum. It will give me the total of that entire column. So that is what you have to understand. Guys, with this, I have come to an end of a quick revision of SQL queries. Almost the same things will come in the SQL chapters, which I'm going to discuss in the coming chapters. So please stay tuned, practice all these queries. So I've tried my best to give almost all the different nook and corners of SQL, but I will be discussing these in detail in the coming chapters with respect to your syllabus. Thank you very much. Till then, please take care of your health. Thank you. Bye-bye.